All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is Saira Mujtaba. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Co-Win Global Conclave today. More than 35 crore 27 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. Ayush Ministry to launch Ayurved data set on Clinical Trials Registry India CTRI portal today. Haryana and Goa extend lockdown till July 12 with some relaxations. Delhi to open stadiums from today without spectators. Karnataka further eases COVID restrictions. Shops and malls to open with 100% capacity. Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank to virtually launch National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy, Nipun Bharat today. At least 45 people killed in a plane crash in southern Philippines. And battle lines drawn for the semi-final clashes of the Euro Cup Football 2020. Italy, Spain, Denmark and England storm into last four. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also to help others to get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki doori for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the Co-Win Global Conclave today. According to the National Health Authority, Mr. Modi will share a special message at the conclave. India offers Co-Win as a digital public good to the world to combat COVID-19. Addressing a Digital India program on the 1st of this month, the Prime Minister had said that Co-Win is helping the country during vaccination. Mr. Modi said Co-Win has also attracted interest from several countries across the globe.
इस कोरोना काल में जो डिजिटल सॉल्यूशन भारत ने तैयार किए हैं वो आज पूरी दुनिया में चर्चा का भी विषय है और आकर्षण का भी विषय है। दुनिया के सबसे बड़े डिजिटल कॉन्टैक्ट ट्रेसिंग ऐप में से एक आरोग्य सेतु का कोरोना संक्रमण को रोकने में बहुत मदद मिली है। टीकाकरण के लिए भारत के कोविन ऐप में भी आज अनेकों देश चाहते हैं उस योजना का लाभ मिले। वैक्सीनेशन की प्रक्रिया के लिए ऐसा मॉनिटरिंग टूल होना हमारी तकनीकी कुशलता का प्रमाण है।
Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan will inaugurate Co-Win Global Conclave in the presence of Dr. R.S. Sharma, Chairman of the Empowered Group on Technology and Data Management to combat COVID-19, Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringla, and senior officials of the Health Ministry. We have more from our correspondent.
The virtual meet will see participation from health and technology experts across the globe. It aims to share India's experience with regards to universal COVID-19 vaccination through Co-Win platform. The Co-Win platform has been the backbone of India's vaccination drive. COVID-19 vaccination registration portal Co-Win has become very popular and foreign countries are showing interest in this technology. Over 50 countries from across Central Asia, Latin America and Africa are interested in it. With Dipendra Kumar, Anupam Mishra, AIR News.
Over 35 crore 27 lakh vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Healthcare workers have received over 1.75 crore doses and frontline workers have received over 2.72 crore doses. People in the age group of 18 to 44 years have received 10.34 crore vaccine doses. People in the age group of 45 to 59 years have got over 10.97 crore doses and people above 60 years of age have received over 9.48 crore vaccine doses. The government has set up 2 more central drug laboratories for COVID vaccine testing. Currently, the nation has a central drug laboratory, CDL, at Kasauli, which is the National Control Laboratory for testing and pre-release certification of immunobiologicals, vaccines and anti-sera meant for human use. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic and the enhanced production of COVID vaccines, the government proactively took the decision of setting up additional laboratories to facilitate expedited testing. The Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Science and Technology has set up 2 vaccine testing facilities in its autonomous research institutes, National Center for Cell Science, NCCS, Pune, and National Institute of Animal Biotechnology, NIAB, Hyderabad. Both the facilities are used as central drug laboratory for batch testing and quality control of vaccines.
The Ayurveda data set on the Clinical Trials Registry India CTRI portal will be launched online today by Minister for Ayush Kiren Rijiju. The launch will mark a significant step towards worldwide visibility for Ayurveda-based clinical trials. The Ayurveda data set of CTRI has been jointly developed by the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, and Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences, CCRAS, under the Ministry of Ayush. Mr. Rijiju will also launch 4 more portals developed by CCRAS. These are Amar, Sahi, eMedha and RMIS. All of these are primarily developed by CCRAS, while RMIS is a collaborative effort of ICMR and CCRAS. CTRI is a primary register of clinical trials under the World Health Organization's International Clinical Trials Registry Platform, ICTRP, and creation of Ayurveda data set in CTRI facilitates usages of Ayurveda terminologies to record clinical study metadata based on Ayurveda interventions. Now, with the joint efforts of ICMR, National Institute of Medical Statistics and CCRAS, Ayurvedic terminology has become part of CTRI. The key feature of this digital platform is the provision of selection of the Ayurveda health conditions from drop-down of 3,866 Ayurveda morbidity codes incorporated from the Namaste portal, a portal developed by the Ministry of Ayush. Haryana government has extended the COVID-19 lockdown in the state for another week till July 12 with some more relaxations. The relaxations in opening of shops, malls, restaurants, religious places, corporate offices, gatherings and weddings, funerals and open spaces will continue as usual. All shops are allowed to open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., malls from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and restaurants and bars, including those in hotels and malls, from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. with 50% seating capacity. Swimming pools and spas will, however, continue to remain closed. Institute of Chartered Accountants has been permitted to conduct Chartered Accountant examinations from 5th of July to 20th of July.
The Goa government has also extended till July 12 the current state-level curfew that is in place to curb the COVID-19 cases, but allowed social, political, cultural gatherings, marriages and other congregations of up to 100 people or 50% of the venue capacity. The casinos in the state, however, will continue to remain shut till July 12. The notification says that indoor sports complexes, auditoriums, community halls or similar places, river cruises, water parks, entertainment parks, gym, spa, massage parlors, cinema halls, theatres and other establishments will continue to remain shut during the curfew period. Schools, colleges, educational and coaching institutes will also continue to remain closed for students except for holding competitive examinations after taking a prior permission from the authorities. The Delhi government has allowed reopening of stadium and sports complexes without spectators from today in the city. In its order, the Delhi Disaster Management Authority DDMA said the standard operating procedure, guidelines and compliance of COVID-appropriate behavior will be strictly followed while opening the stadium and sports complexes. Banquets, marriage halls and hotels were allowed to host weddings with an attendance of 50 guests only. Our correspondent reports that the new order will be effective till the 12th of this month.
In Karnataka, the new guidelines lifting weekend curfew, opening up malls and religious places and allowing public transport to commute with full seating capacity comes into force from today. After the announcement of lockdown relaxations by the Chief Minister on Saturday, Measures are being taken to enforce COVID-appropriate behavior. Brihat Bengaluru Mahanagar Palike has deputed marshals across Bengaluru to impose penalty on those violating COVID protocols. More from our Bengaluru correspondent.
To keep the pandemic under check, it is essential for the citizens to follow COVID-appropriate behavior like wearing masks, maintaining social distance, washing hands and using sanitizers in public places. Brihat Bengaluru Mahanagar Palike has deputed 216 marshals across the city to enforce COVID protocol. The marshals are made into 54 teams. Each team will have 4 marshals, 1 home guard or a police constable. They are deployed in markets, malls, hotels, main road junctions, religious places, crowded areas, parks and densely populated areas. Along with them, 28 volunteers are engaged to identify places where the COVID protocols are being violated. To further strengthen the enforcement, the state police have also deployed personnel for this purpose. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
In Chhattisgarh, the number of vaccine doses administered has crossed the 1 crore mark. Till yesterday, 1,56,000 doses of COVID vaccine have been administered in the state. More details from our Raipur correspondent.
In Chhattisgarh, the first dose of COVID vaccine has been administered to 100% frontline workers. Besides, 91% health workers have also been given the first dose of this vaccine. As far as the age group of 18 to 44 years are concerned, about 22% in this age group has been given the first dose of COVID vaccine. COVID vaccination campaign is going on in full swing in the state. Special efforts are being made for the vaccination in the remote tribal areas. Tika Utsav was organized at the special initiative of administration in the village of Korachagar, situated at the forest and mountains in Rajnandgaon district. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
Odisha has achieved yet another milestone by vaccinating 1 crore people with the first doses of COVID-19 vaccines. The state, however, has vaccinated a total of about 1 crore 22 lakh people against COVID-19 till date. More from our Bhubaneswar correspondent.
Out of the 1 crore people who have been inoculated with the first dose of either of the COVID vaccines, more than 60% belong to the 45 years plus age group. Similarly, out of the 22 lakh people who have completed their vaccine regimen, more than 16.5 lakh belong to this age bracket only. As of now, 29,000 beneficiaries were vaccinated in 164 session sites in the state yesterday. Meanwhile, having perched on the higher side of 3,000 new cases per day for the last many days, the virus slipped slightly down to 2,870 yesterday, though the state's COVID-19 active caseload continues to navigate around 30,000. Girish Chandradas, AIR News, Bhubaneswar.
In Kerala, the number of daily COVID cases has gone up as the state confirmed 12,100 new positive cases yesterday. The test positivity rate is 10.25% at present. 76 deaths were also confirmed due to COVID yesterday, taking the total death toll to 13,716. Bringing respite, 11,551 people recovered from the COVID infection. At present, over 104,000 people are undergoing COVID treatment in the state. Meanwhile, the complete weekend lockdown in Kerala continued yesterday also. There were strict police checks in rural and urban areas. Permission was granted only for essential services.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address COVID Global Conclave today. More than 35 crore 27 lakh doses of COVID vaccines administered in the country so far. Ayush Ministry to launch Ayurveda data set on clinical trials registry India CTRI portal today. Haryana and Goa extend lockdown till July 12 with some relaxations. Delhi to open stadiums from today without spectators. Karnataka further eases COVID restrictions, shops and malls to open with 100% capacity. Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank to virtually launch National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy Nipun Bharat today. At least 45 people killed in a plane crash in southern Philippines, and battle lines drawn for the semi-final clashes of the Euro Cup Football 2020. Italy, Spain, Denmark and England storm into Lost 4. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank will virtually launch National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy, Nipun Bharat, today. A short video, anthem and implementation guidelines on Nipun Bharat will also be launched during this program. Senior officers from the school education department from all states and UTs, senior officials of the department and heads of institutions will also attend the event. The launch of Nipun Bharat marks an important step undertaken by the Department of School Education and Literacy among a series of measures taken for implementation of the National Education Policy 2020. The vision of Nipun Bharat mission is to create an enabling environment to ensure universal acquisition of foundational literacy and numeracy. This is to ensure that every child achieves the desired learning competencies in reading, writing and numeracy by the end of grade 3 by 2026-27. RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat has said that there can only be dominance of Indians, not Hindus or Muslims. Mr. Bhagwat asserted that DNA of all Indians is the same. Addressing an event by the Muslim Rashtriya Manch on the theme Hindustani First, Hindustan First in Delhi, Mr. Bhagwat said people can't be differentiated on how they worship.
हिंदू मुसलमान एकता, हमारा तो विचार ऐसा है कि ये शब्द ही बड़ा भ्रामक है। ये दो है ही नहीं, एकता की बात क्या है? इनको जोड़ना क्या? ये जुड़े हुए हैं, ये जुड़े हुए हैं और ये जब मानने लगते हैं कि हम जुड़े हुए नहीं हैं, तब दोनों संकट में पड़ जाते हैं। बात यही हुई है। हम लोग अलग नहीं हैं क्योंकि हमारे देश में ये परंपरा नहीं है कि आपकी पूजा अलग है, इसलिए आप अलग हैं।
He also took on those indulging in lynching, saying they are against Hindutva. He urged Muslims not to get trapped in the cycle of fear that Islam is in danger in India.
The two-day monsoon session of the Maharashtra legislature will begin from today in Mumbai. The RT-PCR test has been made mandatory for all those gaining access into the legislature building. Accordingly, all necessary arrangements for COVID test of MLAs, officers and employees have been made in the premises of the legislature. On the 3rd of this month, a total of 2,200 people were tested during the day, out of which 4 individuals tested positive. Simultaneously, all the district collectors have also been directed to provide necessary facilities to the legislators if they want to do COVID-19 tests in their respective districts. We have more in this report from our Mumbai correspondent.
Addressing a press conference last evening, leader of the opposition in State Legislative Assembly, Devendra Fadnavis, criticized the Mahavikas Aghadi government for curtailing the duration of the legislature session time and again. He said the business of the House took place for mere 36 days in last 7 sessions, adding that during the COVID pandemic, the sittings were held only for 14 days. The former Chief Minister of Maharashtra also alleged that the state government has barred the legislators from making use of their legislative tools like raising issues through calling attention motion in the monsoon session. Fadnavis said the government has asked the opposition parties to raise issues through supplementary demands. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
Vijay Chaure of Thane in Maharashtra has won the AIR News Olympic quiz by becoming the fastest to send the right answer on the 3rd day yesterday.
मैं नियमित रूप से ऑल इंडिया रेडियो सुनता हूं, खासकर आपका स्पोर्ट्स कैन कार्यक्रम, और मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा कि आप लोगों ने इस ओलंपिक क्विज का आयोजन किया है, जिससे न सिर्फ हमें खेलों के बारे में जानकारी मिलती है, बल्कि हमारी रुचि भी खेलों के बारे में बढ़ती है। जो ओलंपिक में 100 से ऊपर लोगों का दस्ता जा रहा है, मुझे विश्वास है कि वो इस बार ओलंपिक में अपना सबसे अच्छा प्रदर्शन करेंगे और हमारे देश का झंडा ऊंचा करेंगे।
All India Radio's Olympic quiz, launched on the 1st of this month, has received a tremendous response from across the country. Hundreds of listeners have emailed their responses. To take part in the Olympic quiz, tune in to the Sports Can program.
In the run-up to the Tokyo Olympics, the News Services Division of All India Radio, in its Sports Can program, is broadcasting every day Olympics quiz with AIR News. Olympics quiz, Akashvani Samachar ke saath in Hindi. Every day, a question related to Olympics will be asked at the beginning and closing of the program. To participate in this program, listeners can send the replies by email on airsportscan@gmail.com. The first correct answer received through email will be adjudged the winner of the quiz. The name of the winner will be announced in SportsCan program the next day. It will also be flashed on AIR Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The Sports Authority of India will provide India team jersey to the winner. So tune in to the SportsCan program every day at 7:20 p.m. on FM Gold and on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official.
With 19 days to go for Tokyo Olympic, AIR today will be talking about India's men's doubles team of Satvik Sairaj Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty, who have the potential to go where no Indian doubles team has gone before.
Satvik was born on August 13, 2000 at Amalapuram, East Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh, and Chirag was born on July 4, 1997 in Mumbai. They have been training under former singles and doubles champion Uday Pawar for many years. With India's badminton contingent has shrunk from 7 in Rio 2016 to 4 at the upcoming Tokyo Games, Satvik Chirag will be India's best badminton medal hopes after PV Sindhu. The Indians, ranked number 10 in the world at present, will be the youngest men's doubles pairing at the Tokyo Games. Satvik, not yet 21, will be the youngest male doubles competitor. They started by winning a number of international series titles in 2016-17 when they took the highly decorated Danish duo of Bo Mogensen to 3 games. They then reached the quarters of the Korea and the French Opens in 2017, but really attained mainstream recognition when they won a historic silver and team gold at the 2018 Commonwealth Games. The exciting doubles pair is currently training under a champion player and former Olympic medal winner Matthias Bo. Reddy and Shetty have played close to 100 matches, gained experience and created history by winning a Super 500 Series final in Thailand in 2019. Sports Desk, AIR News.
And the battle lines are drawn for the semi-final clashes of the Euro Cup Football 2020. Italy, Spain, Denmark and England have stormed into the last 4 and will go toe-to-toe to make it to the grand finale of the coveted soccer tournament. Italy and Spain will face off in the first semi-final at Wembley tomorrow. Italy beat Belgium 2-1 in the first quarter-final to extend their unbeaten run to 32 matches. And in some more news, at least 45 people were killed and dozens injured when a Philippine Air Force aircraft crashed in the southern part of the country yesterday. The C-130 military plane was transporting over 90 people, mostly troops from Cagayan de Oro in Mindanao to Sulu province, when it missed the runway on the island of Jolo. The Defense Ministry said 50 people have been rescued so far from the burning wreckage of the aircraft, and rescue efforts are going on. The dead are mainly military personnel, but 3 civilians on the ground were also died, while 53 were injured, including 4 civilians. 5 military personnel are still missing. The troops were bound for counter-insurgency operations. A military spokesman said there is no sign of any attack on the plane. India received 2,600 kilos of delicious mangoes from Bangladesh yesterday as a memento of friendship between the two neighboring countries. It was sent through the Petrapol border of Bangaon in West Bengal. Deputy Commissioner of Bangladesh, Benapol Custom House Anupam Chakma said, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, has sent the gift of a special variety of Haribanga mangoes for the President and the Prime Minister of India and other political leaders.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast of the day. The national capital, Delhi, may witness generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Minimum temperature was 27 degrees and the maximum may go up to 40 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Minimum temperature 27 degrees Celsius, while the maximum is expected to be around 33 degrees. Chennai will see generally cloudy sky with light rain. Kolkata will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. Jammu will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Srinagar will see mainly clear sky becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. Temperature will hover between 16 and 30 degrees Celsius. Leh will have partly cloudy sky. Minimum and maximum temperature will be between 8 and 17 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Muzaffarabad will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Itanagar will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The minimum temperature was 23 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 32 degrees. Kohima will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Minimum temperature was 18 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 26 degrees. Imphal will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The minimum temperature was 22 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 30 degrees. Agartala will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperature was 26 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 32 degrees. Aizawl will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Minimum temperature was 18 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 26 degrees. Shillong will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Minimum temperature was 17 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 24 degrees. Gangtok will have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. And Guwahati will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Minimum temperature was 25 degrees Celsius while the maximum will be 33 degrees.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. WHO wants nations to accept travellers with jabs cleared by it, writes the Tribune. In the run-up to the drone attack on Jammu Air Force Station, the Pioneer reports, ISI hand in IAF station strike. The paper adds, Pak agency made fake calls to get intelligence on CRPF units in J&K. The Hindu notes, J&K administration bans drones in Srinagar. People having UAVs should deposit them at police stations. As the government plans to limit flash sales, outlaw misleading ads and mandate a complaint system, Hindustan Times headline says, Amazon Tata say new rules will hit business. In a bid to keep borrowing cost low, RBI determined to keep rates under check, reports the Economic Times. The Indian Express notes 103 crore rupees on 1st of July. FASTag toll data shows traffic back on highways. And finally, the Times of India writes about the high count of female teachers at primary level and in private schools under the headline, For the first time, more women teachers in schools than men.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Co-Win Global Conclave today. More than 35 crore 27 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. Ayush Ministry to launch Ayurved data set on Clinical Trials Registry India CTRI portal today. Haryana and Goa extend lockdown till July 12 with some relaxations. Delhi to open stadiums from today without spectators. Karnataka further eases COVID restrictions. Shops and malls to open with 100% capacity. Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank to virtually launch National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy Nipun Bharat today. At least 45 people killed in a plane crash in southern Philippines. And battle lines drawn for the semi-final clashes of the Euro Cup Football 2020. Italy, Spain, Denmark and England storm into last four. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.